Well, hello, Emily and Nathan. It's Grandma Carrie with another story for you. And Emily, you're going to remember this book. The title is Rufus Goes to School. And Rufus, he is a pig. He is a pig. And Nathan, what does a pig say? What does a pig say? A pig says, yeah, that's right. So let's look at Rufus goes to school. Here's Rufus. He's outside playing on a blanket, and he is looking at a book. Yeah, he's looking at a book. He is trying to read. And here goes Rufus with a backpack. Rufus goes to school. They're playing outside. All the pigs playing basketball. And there's Rufus. Well, every day, Rufus Leroy Williams III, he turned the pages of his favorite book. He looked at every picture. He made up stories to go with them, but he could not read the words. There's his friends, the pigs. And there is the school bus. Rufus, he knew just what to do. He would go to school and learn to read. But first, he needed a backpack. Early the next morning, Rufus, he scuttled down the street to school, and he peeked right through the front door. Then he trotted down the hall to the principal's office, and he was greeted by the principal's secretary. Principal Lippett's secretary knocked on his door. "There's a pig to see you." Rufus stepped forward. "My name is Rufus Leroy Williams III, he said. "I have a backpack and I am ready for school." The principal shook his head. No pigs in school." "Why not?" asked Rufus. "Well, because pigs track mud in the hall," said Principal Lippett. "And they turn their drawings into airplanes, and they play leapfrog or leap pig in class, and they start food fights in the cafeteria." Well, Rufus frowned. "Well, but I have a backpack." "Makes no difference," said Principal Lippett, and he showed Rufus to the door. "Out you go, Rufus." Well, Rufus Leroy Williams III, he really wanted to go to school, and he knew just what he needed. A lunchbox. And then right before lunchtime, the secretary poked her head back into Principal Lippett's office. "The pig is back," she whispered. "Well, my name is Rufus Leroy Williams III, he said. "I have a backpack and a lunchbox, and I am ready for school." The principal, he folded his arms. No pigs in school." "Oh, why not?" asked Rufus. Well, because pigs knocked over the block tower, said Principal Lippet. And they hide under the teacher's desk. Pigs draw stick figures on the chalkboard, and he waggled his finger at Rufus. And they chase their classmates during recess. Well, but I have a backpack and a lunchbox, Rufus frowned. Oh, makes no difference, said Principal Lippet, and he waved Rufus right out the door. Rufus Leroy Williams III really wanted to go to school. Look at he's peeking in the window. And he knew just what he needed. A blanket. Look at the children all are napping. He needs a blanket. During nap time, the secretary opened Principal Lippet's door. Sir? And Rufus Leroy Williams III rushed right past her. I have a backpack and a lunchbox and a blanket, and now I am really, really ready for school. And the principal sighed. I told you, no pigs. Wait, said Rufus, wait. I will never blow bubbles in my milk or finger paint my classmates. I will not stand on my head during nap time or leave nose prints on the windows, and I will come to school every day. Sorry. The principal shook his head. No pigs in school. But I have a backpack and a lunchbox and a blanket, said Rufus. Is that all? Asked the principal. Rufus frowned. Well, what else could he need for school? Well, I have this, and Rufus held up his favorite book, and I want to learn to read it. Ah, said Principal Lippet, and he smiled. That makes a difference. And he escorted Rufus out of the office and down the hall into the classroom. This is Rufus Leroy Williams III. Principal Lippet announced as they entered a classroom, and he will be joining your class. Hooray! Shouted all of the boys and girls. And Rufus Leroy Williams III put away his backpack, his lunchbox, his blanket, and his favorite book, and he was ready for school. Rufus loved learning the ABCs, especially the letter P, P for pig, and he loved learning the 1, 2, 3s, and he loved lunchtime and nap time. But Rufus, he loved story time, the best of all, because it gave him room to dream. And what does Rufus dream about? Yeah, being a pirate, a pirate pig. And there's Rufus, back with his favorite book. And now he will hopefully know how to read. And he went to school. And there's a picture. Rufus, right in the middle, with his classmates, and his teacher, and Principal Lippid. The end.